Hello everybody, I go by 11 and welcome to the 7th episode of my Minecraft Let's Play. And remember, if you enjoyed, to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. So I've done quite a bit of work in between episodes. I terraformed a lot. I created a path leading all the way from my cabin all the way down and onto the now terraformed bank of the other shoreline. Leads right into the bridge, comes over here, and there's no path coming out here yet, but there will be. And then right over here, I kind of made a retaining wall. It looks a little out of place for now, but once I start adding more stuff to this area, it will blend right in. So don't worry about that. So for today's episode, we're actually going to work on the interior of my house, and instead of doing it as a time lapse, I'm going to do it on camera with you guys so that it just seems better that way. I'm worried that if I do it as a time lapse, it's going to be very jarring and in tight quarters. It wouldn't look good. But I do plan to have a time lapse of me doing some work over at that other shore. I'm going to turn it into a giant wheat field this episode. Or at least get as close as I can. So, when doing interiors on houses, the first thing you're going to want to do is actually separate up the rooms. Having a big open area like this is going to be very hard to make look nice and like an actual house. So I'm going to go ahead and start by breaking it up a bit. And so the first point in doing that is setting up pillar. Can I make? Can. Okay. Wasn't sure if I could reach the roof. Is going to be to just separate it up into pillars. Then we'll add the walls and that didn't end. Then we'll add the walls in between the pillars to make it a more closed-in floor plan. Perfect. So then we can start adding little decorations that we know are going to be there. Like I know I'm going to have a shelf here. And I know that this is going to become a wall. So we're going to just start converting this over into a wall. This area right here is going to be our kitchen. And so I'm not exactly sure where I want the door, but I can kind of judge it out. That looks good to me. And we want to have a 3x3 entranceway, because we don't want it to be too cramped feeling, but we also don't want it to be completely open. I'm just going to close the doors so no mobs can come in. And we're going to add a little archway. There we go. So this section here is going to be a storage area and kind of a workstation. Then up here, we're going to have a loft for our bedroom. So we can kind of figure out where we want that to. I think just right across here would be good. And we can go back and change it as needed. So then let's make ladders up to the loft. And so for the floor of the loft and the storage compartment up here, I'm going to use slabs. That way, if I have any chests directly below it, it will not interfere. Because if you have a solid block above chests, you can't open them. And I know that the workstation down there is going to have a lot of chests. Yeah. We want railing across the top, although it's not actually needed because that wasn't enough to take even a half heart of damage with armor on. It's still just more for the aesthetic. Oh, not there. That's your way down. Oh, I actually am missing one thing, but we can, we'll come back to that and add that at the end. And so I don't want to make everything all completely walled off and stuff, hence why I left this open. But also for the workstation, I'm going to just use fences instead of an actual, like, solid block. Up with the door. Perfect. So that you can see into the workstation from the main hallway. Grab some blocks and out this wall, though. Now, over here, originally I had this set up as a shelf in my original plan, but then I kind of changed my mind and I might want a staircase down to a basement. Or I might see if I can maybe squeeze in an aquarium. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to leave this section blank for the future. Just like over here, if I decide to actually make a separate building for, let's say, a workstation area and storage, I might try and maybe see if I can slip in a fireplace coming up so I can have a smokestack out the ceiling. But we will work on that in the future. As far as basic layout, we have everything we need in place. And so we can move on to detailing a section. I'm going to just start with the kitchen. We want to level off the roof so we don't have like ugly lines. Everything else is oak, and then you hit one piece of spruce. Out of my way. I am going to completely light the build with just the lanterns for now. So there won't be any ugly torches on the ground or anything. I'm going to use lanterns. Oh. Lantern. That was loud. And I think I just heard a creeper blow up? Oh, I hope it was nothing important. Okay. I'm going to start with getting myself a little brewing area here. And I could knock out this block and maybe put some water below it if I wanted to for collecting water. And in the same vein as that, I'm going to put a cauldron here, but I'm going to put a tripwire hook above it to make it kind of more look like a kitchen sink since this is the kitchen. I'm going to add some countertops. And I want to have plenty of food storage, so these are basically cabinets for the kitchen. Oh, I forgot one more thing. We'll come back to that and make it. I like that you don't just put need to put a furnace in the kitchen or anything. That there's actually a food-based version now, the smoker. That's gonna go perfectly in the kitchen. Oh, yeah, I thought I had everything, and just every time I start putting down blocks, I realize more and more stuff I'm missing. So we're gonna come back to the kitchen, finish that in a second, probably after the lightning storm is over and I can go outside. Stuff. Well, then we're going to move on to the storage room. Come back to do the finishing touches. So furnace, glass furnace. Go ahead and put a workstation here. There. I mean a stone cutter there. Grindstone above it. Crafting table for easy access. And this is the first crafting table I made, and that's the first furnace I made. These are all kind of the firsts, except for all these chests. I left the first chest right over there, and oh, I forgot the bed. But I left them out there because I don't want the contents of the first chest just being mixed into random things in my inventory. And I'm going to put those all up in the bedroom. Kind of finish out this area. That's nice. Add some decoration. And I'm going to go aluminium. What is that called? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. That's fine. Okay, and so for over here, I want a pressure plate. And this is going to be like a cutting board. And then this is like attic storage. So we don't want to have everything all nice and want to do, kind of have everything a little bit of little jars there. Chest in between it. Here. Chest facing this way. Chest facing this way. No, we'll face it the same. There. I'm just gonna go ahead. One more right there, except for I want it facing up. That pretty good to me. That's right there. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna swap some of these out in the future though, because I want to get the beehives that you can create, and I want to put them in here because they look like boxes that would be stored up in an attic. Nice. And we want to get a little light. Don't exactly need that open. Oh, just a little attic room, and I might add a door later, but I don't. I probably won't. Okay. Here, let's start with the bedroom. I might swap this with bookshelves and then move it to like right here. I'm not sure yet. But, so that's going to be like a little book reading table, the lectern, and right here is where the first chest will be. I just haven't moved it yet. I will soon. The bed's going to be right here, and I'm missing carpet. Lighting up here. Yep, that wasn't. I could have swore I just put lighting on my bar. One moment. So I'm going to go get those items, and I'll be right back. Okay, attempt number 2. I think I have everything I need now. Unsettling. So I'm going to add these across the railing just for some added detail. That one went up. Come up and finish the bedroom real quick. Bed. This is the original chest of my first items. Then down here, I needed fencer, iron door. I'm going to make a button, and I might swap this out to stone later. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. So a button, and move the cutting board to there. Now over here, I'm going to actually make a trash can. So it's just going to be a composter with a trap door on top of it. Boom. All nice and simple. And then beyond that, the last details is just going to be adding a little extra lighting and carpet. So let's start with the carpet. Nothing too crazy. Just... That's right. I didn't know you can't place carpet if you're standing on the block. There you go. Nothing crazy, just some simple gray carpet leading to each area. And sadly, we can't put any there because of the ladder. Kind of hope they change that someday. It'd be nice to be able to have some items overlaying. Allow you to create some cool effects. Go all the way back to the door. That's not going to hurt anything. And honestly, this already feels a lot more like a actual house that someone would be living in. Add one more flower pot. And so I used to have, where I have the chest now, it used to actually be a crafting table. And because of that, I could have a flower pot on top of it. What we'll do is we're going to move the bed over. This might make it an invalid spawning spot, but I think it's fine. Even if it is, it's not like the actual spawn is that far away. One last flower pot. Perfect. We need a little lighting in here. Do it right there. These can all open. Not a full block above it. And I think that is about it for our interior. Oh, actually there's one thing I want to change. Is this. I was worried that those were going to pop off if I did. So we're just cleaning this up a bit and making him a little more finished. I'll have to come back up there and replace those carpets. I like that one more as just this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one solid. I might change it in the future, I never know. That's it. Overflow storage, bedroom, work area and main storage, and kitchen. I have some more plans for the surrounding area. I wonder which is. I want to do a greenhouse maybe over here on this side. Possible storage sheds that are going to look very similar to the original structure of the house behind. Still need to find a good place for the portal. I do want to make this path like extend out this way, and this road will probably go ahead and lead over to the village back there. And I need to make an area for that. So if we go down the path down here, you'll actually see that there's some pretty good locations for stuff. So I'm thinking right down here, I could make the campsite, or the trail going to the campsite. And then I'm going to, this part looks a little weird for now, but it won't in the future when I make a path branching off here, and it's going to lead into kind of a derelict, run-down old fishing cabin or kind of a witch's hut. And I'll probably do a more extensive brewery system in there and put the portal in there. Or I might punch a hole and say that cliff and put the portal there. Should explore that cave one. That's still yet to be... Oh, it probably actually links to that, so I might have at least explored part of it. So that's the plan for the near future of this build. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the stuff set up for now, and then we'll do the time lapse here. Enjoy! Well, it's far from finished, but it's about as far as I can get it for now. I plan to expand it out. There's a couple of green spots, as you can see on this side, and the very top circles that I definitely want to turn into more of farm, but there's only so much you can do at a time. It's very exhausting and repetitive doing this. Not to mention, I broke 2 diamond hoes doing this. Just the sheer amount of sounds like the sheer amount of stuff blocks I have hoed and turned into tilled soil is ridiculous, and I'm not even done. Not to mention, in a later episode, I want to detail it, adding a bunch of stuff. So anywhere where you'd see these, I don't want these to be visible. I'll put armor stands and make scarecrows, or I'll do like stacks of hay bales just to kind of hide it. I also want to have paths going through it so you could easily traverse it. But I'll do all that in a later episode. So I think that's going to do it for us today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.